know you're in there. Open the door. I've been ringing the intercom for a while now. How long are you gonna keep me waiting? You're such a useless daughter-in-law. As I'm always saying, I can't have you coming here every day like this. Why can't I visit my daughter-in-law? I know you're just sitting around watching TV. When your mother-in-law comes to visit you, you should let her in and make some tea. Does your husband know about this? He warned you just the other day not to cause trouble. He seemed quite disappointed. Why are we talking about my husband? It's none of your business. Just let me in. I'm sorry, but I can't let you in today. I've been suffering from morning sickness lately. That's just another excuse to avoid me, isn't it? I know what you're thinking. I wonder why Tucker married a girl like you. Was there anything urgent you wanted to talk about? Oh, yes. I wanted to ask you something. Tell me which hospital you go for the prenatal checkups. Why do you want to know that? I need to know so that I can go meet my newborn grandchild. Or are you telling me you won't even allow me to meet your baby? All right. I'll send the info to you later. Good. Tiffany, are you okay? Well, there's no way you'd be okay, I guess. You stole my lovely son and got pregnant with his baby. That's your punishment for that. That's why I pushed you down the stairs. I hope you have a miscarriage. What are you talking about? This is no time to bully me. Did you have a miscarriage? You deserved it. Sarah fell down the stairs. Sarah? She's Tucker's little sister, but we're close like real siblings. We got pregnant around the same time, so we decided to go to the same hospital. Today, we were at the hospital together, and while I was in the bathroom, someone pushed her and she fell down the stairs. Really? Just now, you said you pushed me down the stairs. Were you the one? What are you trying to say? Where were you this afternoon? Sarah and I had similar clothes today, and we're about the same height. Did you confuse Sarah with me and push her down the stairs? You're suspecting me? If that was true, it'd be your fault. Why would it be my fault? If you hadn't stolen Tucker from me, I wouldn't have done that. Is that a confession? Don't be ridiculous. If anything happens to Sarah's child, it'd be your fault. I'll charge you pain and suffering damages in that case. Also, you'd have to divorce my son. I didn't do anything. No, it's your fault. You should prepare for the divorce. Got it?
Mom, what on earth were you thinking?
What's wrong?
What do you mean, what's wrong? I heard you pushed Sarah down the stairs. What's more, you were actually trying to harm Tiffany. You knew both of them were pregnant. How could you put the babies' lives in danger like that?
I'm not the one who pushed her. But they were both fine, weren't they? I'm sorry for what happened to Sarah. It should have been Tiffany instead. You're fooled by that toxic woman. I have to free you from that woman's curse.
You need to stop this. You've always been a helicopter parent. You just want me to be your puppet and act as you please.
That's not true. I'm just worried about you.
Anyway, the issue here is not about me. It's about Sarah and Tiffany. Even if you deny it, I'm convinced it was you.
Tucker? How dare you say that to your mother?
Then, where were you around noon?
I was having tea with some neighbors.
Really? I'm pretty sure you've asked your friends to cover you up. I don't trust you.
Why can't you trust what your mother says? It must be that woman. She's made you a bad boy.
Stop calling my wife that woman. I've had enough of this. It's no use talking to you.
Tucker? You must have told Tucker.
Yes, I informed him of the accident.
I can't believe you. Tucker used to be such a good boy. He was so sweet. But now he's turned against me. This is all your fault.
Why would it be my fault?
I was against his marriage with you from the very beginning. A girl like you, who grew up in an abusive environment, is not fit to be with my son. I don't know why he fell for a woman like you.
When I first went to say hi to you, you seem to have accepted me. You told me that I can think of you as my real mother. My own mother neglected me, so I was so happy to have the opportunity to build a good relationship with you.
I said that meaning I'll treat you the same way as your real mother did.
I believed you. I never thought you'd betray me.
I didn't betray you. You just believed what you wanted to believe. That's all.
You don't even feel bad about it. As soon as we got married, you called me a failure and a useless daughter-in-law. Your condescending look is just like my mother's.
What? I'm the boss among the women who live in this neighborhood. How dare you equate me to a poor idiot like your mother?
All your expensive clothes and jewelry were bought with your husband's earnings. Does he approve of that?
What he earns belongs to both of us. In other words, I have the right to use his money. I won't let him complain about how I spend it.
I see. Then do as you please. You'll regret it, though.
You're so annoying. Tiffany, it's time for you to divorce my son. I prepared the divorce papers on your behalf. You should be grateful. I already filled out Tucker's part.
Do you know what you're saying?
You may not know this, but it's okay to have someone else fill out your divorce papers. Well, you have to provide a reason why that person can't write it themselves. I'm sure they'll accept it if I write that my son injured his hand.
But that wouldn't count unless Tucker agrees to it. Worst case scenario, you could be charged with a crime.
Silly girl. Tucker cares about me more than anyone else in the world. If I tell him to break up with you, he will. Right now, he's still under your evil spell and wouldn't listen to me, but once he spends some time away from you, I'm sure he'll go back to the sweet and obedient Tucker he used to be.
I think you should worry more about yourself than us.
What do you mean by that? It sounds like sour grapes.
Oh, you haven't noticed yet? Your husband told me that he's going to charge you for all the money you've spent on yourself without his approval.
What? You're lying, right?
I'm not lying. I just talked to your husband last night. It's still just a rough estimate, but it's probably a little less than $50,000. I was surprised to hear that you spent so much.
Wait a minute. Why would a husband charge his wife money?
No matter how many times he told you not to spend money on your personal luxury, you never listened. He's been putting up with your actions for years, but this time, he lost his patience. He wants you to take responsibility for what you've done. Charging you money is the first step.
I don't have that kind of money. What should I do?
That's none of my business.
You useless daughter-in-law. Tucker, please. I need you to go talk to your father. There's a good reason why I bought those expensive clothes and jewelry. It is important to be in a good position among the neighborhood in order to gather information and not to be looked down on by newcomers. As the boss of this neighborhood, I had to look neat and show dignity. Your father has forgotten what it takes to live in this wealthy community. So please, persuade him not to charge me any money.
I refuse.
Why?
Because I agree with Dad.
You have no idea what I've been through. I dress neatly for the sake of our family.
Mom, you're always so selfish. You over-exaggerate when it comes to expressing your own feelings, but you almost never care about the people around you.
That's not true. I've always cared about you deeply and always put you first.
No, you were just trying to make me do what you wanted me to do. You've always been like that. You wouldn't let me do anything without your permission. Even when it came to making friends. Have I ever been able to make my own decision in anything? No. How to spend the day, what books to buy, which friends to make. I had to follow your will in deciding on everything. Did you know that's considered neglect too?
That's an exaggeration. I just wanted you to become a great man.
Your excessive interference has even affected my friendships. You took away the opportunities for me to grow through relationships.
Oh no!
That's why you don't like Tiffany. Because I chose to marry her on my own, and she's not someone you picked. But even if you didn't like that, that's no reason to bully her. No one would want to help a person who would pick on their spouses.
What am I supposed to do then? There's no way I can live with a $50,000 debt.
You're on your own. You've made your bed. Now lie in it.
I understand. You won't take my side either. Then I'll ask my neighbors to help me. They trust me, so I'm sure they'll easily lend me some money.
You're trying to rely on others again. It's no use asking your neighbors, though.
What? How can you be so sure?
I happened to meet the person living next door the other day. She said she already heard rumors about you.
What rumors?
That you pushed Sarah down the stairs.
That wasn't me. But why would they know about that? She must have told them. That woman spread words to torment me.
Stop blaming Tiffany like that. The source of the rumor is the hospital. Tiffany and Sarah go to a general hospital near our house. And it seems like one of the neighbors saw the moment you pushed her.
No way! I made sure no one was looking at me.
You've decided to stop covering it up? Well, I already know the truth, so it doesn't matter anyways. Now that they know, none of the neighbors trust you anymore.
What am I supposed to do now? This is all your fault. Why do I have to go through all this? I'll sue you. Give back my happiness.
What in the world did I do to you? And what are you trying to sue me for? Did you think I'd be intimidated if you told me you'd sue me?
You're making fun of me. My life is about to be ruined because you married Tucker. I would have lived in peace if it wasn't for you. Why did I push Sarah instead of you? I had to carefully observe my target.
You have no remorse at all, do you?
Why would I have remorse? Other than mistaking Sarah with you, I've done nothing wrong.
You're just like my own mother who abused me. She was a person who would never admit her wrongdoings, no matter what. If I opposed her even a little, she would slap me in the face. You guys are cowardly people who try to escape by blaming others. Do you understand why we would oppose our parents?
Huh? It's just that you guys don't like our decisions.
It's not just that. Our human rights have been violated and taken away by you parents. However, in order to protect ourselves, we had no choice but to obey. And yet, you treat your children as if they were your possessions. And to top it off, you turn a blind eye to the people who you've hurt. That's why your family abandoned you.
What? They wouldn't abandon me.
They still haven't told you? Your husband, Tucker, and Sarah. They're all cutting ties with you.
No way!
Anyone could have seen this coming. After all the suffering you've put them through, you pushed a pregnant woman down the stairs. After cutting you off, your husband is going to start living alone. That house is in his name now, so he's going to sell it and use that money to move out.
What? Why is this happening?
You'd better get ready to move out too. Or else, they'll throw away your belongings without your permission.
Tiffany, can't you do something about this? You have to help me. I'll apologize for everything I've done.
How much will your apology mean to me?
I'll get down on my knees or whatever. It's not right to break off a family relationship that easily. Don't you think?
I don't know. I've already cut ties with my own mother.
Oh no!
You should at least reflect on what you've done. I guess this will be our last conversation then. Goodbye.
Where am I supposed to go now?
I heard Sarah was discharged from the hospital.
Yeah, I'm really glad she and the baby were okay.
Indeed. I was worried that if anything happened, it would be my fault.
Stop right there. You should not be blaming yourself.
I know.
You tend to blame yourself for anything bad that's happening around you, but you've got to stop this bad habit.
I grew up with my mom telling me it's your fault for everything, so it's not easy. But I feel like I've been able to let go of some of my past traumas through this quarrel with your mother.
If you ever feel like blaming yourself again, just tell me. I'll remind you as many times as it takes to make you understand it's not your fault.
Thank you. I won't be a toxic mother like those two. I'm going to be a good and kind mother.
We'll make things work out together.
And so, the incident caused by my mother-in-law came to an end. It caused a great deal of turmoil, but I was able to get rid of my mean mother-in-law, and my husband was able to say goodbye to his mother, who had taunted him all his life. After that, my mother-in-law went back to her parents' house, but even there, everyone knew what had happened. I believe she can never walk with her head held high. In order to pay the money her husband had demanded, she started to work for the first time in several decades. I hear she comes home worn out every day. In the meantime, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. I am so glad that nothing happened to him. My father-in-law looks very happy every time he sees our boy.
Michelle, about the upcoming meet and greet at my parents' house. I'm sorry, but do you mind if we postpone it? Why? Did something happen at your parents' house? Well, actually, my mom's pretty mad at the moment. What? I think it's not a good time for you to meet my mom. She might ask me to call off the marriage. Wait a minute. What do you mean she's mad? And what's more, she might call off the marriage? What the hell is going on? Actually, my mom asked me about your academic background. She wanted to know which university you've graduated. I told her you didn't go to any university and that you're a junior high school graduate. Oh, I see. That's why your mom is so mad. I'm so sorry. I didn't think she'd get mad at me for something like that. Mom always told me, anyone you love is welcome to our family. So, I thought she didn't care about things like academic background. Well, it's nothing to hide. It's not your fault that you told her about my academic background. I don't blame your mom for not being comfortable with a junior high school graduate. I can't deny that a junior high school graduate doesn't make a good impression. But if I had thought carefully about how and when to tell mom about it, I don't think she would have been so upset. What do you mean by that? I've been raving about you to mom. I say you were such a clever and wonderful lady that you were too good for me. That really raised the bar in my mom's mind. Ethan, that's guilty. No wonder your mom will be furious. She definitely thought I graduated from Harvard or something. How in the world would she think that I'm a junior high school graduate? I'm really sorry. I'll explain to her about my academic background. So, please don't postpone it and let me meet your mom this weekend like we planned. Are you sure you want to do that? My mom, she's pretty intense. You know, I don't think she'll just sit there and listen to us this weekend. It's okay. These kind of things shouldn't be postponed. Otherwise, it'll get more complicated and troublesome. That's true. I'm looking forward to seeing your mom this weekend. I'll do my best, so you should support me too. Got it. I'll do my best to convince my mom too. Don't you ever come into our house, you brat! My family is a prominent family that has been in existence for generations. We also run a company, and you think you can be a part of it? A girl like you don't belong here. A high school dropout like you. Get the hell out of here! Could you please listen to me first? I can't believe you kicked me out without even saying hello. This is terrible. Please, just let me in the house once. Well, you want me to breathe the same air as people like you? That's what's terrible. I don't want to breathe the same air as you ever again. I think I've made myself clear enough. I will never allow you to marry my son. I don't know how you made my son crush on you, but I'm not going to let you marry my son. Not over my dead body. Do you say that much just because I'm a junior high school graduate? The only reason I didn't go to university is because my father was in a car accident. He was involved in a serious accident with a drunk driver, and our family was in big trouble. I dropped out of high school because I didn't have time to attend. That's the only reason why I only have a junior high school diploma. Well, I understand your background, but in the end, it's all about results. It doesn't change the fact that you're a high school dropout. And it doesn't change the fact that you are not worthy of my son. No way. Let me tell you, people value your level of education above everything else. You can't work for a decent company if you're a high school dropout. Besides, my son is the next president of our company. There's no way someone like you can be his wife. I think you have a point. It's true that there are limited job opportunities for a high school dropout, and there were many interviews where I was rejected because of my academic background. Not a surprise! Even in our company, there isn't a single employee who's a high school dropout, but I am working hard despite such adversity. So, please approve of me. I mean, I'm actually your son's... Shut up! You little gold digger bitch! Excuse me? You're after my family's fortune anyway. You're going to marry my son and become the president's wife and enjoy all the luxuries. You're going to throw us into an institution as soon as we're old enough. And then you'll spend all of our inheritance. I know exactly what you're up to. That's not true, Mia. I'm not interested in that. I genuinely love Ethan and want to marry him. Well, you're thinking very well for a high school dropout. You're trying to deceive us by pretending to be pure. What? But, I'm sorry, I won't be fooled by such things. No matter how pure you pretend to be, I can see what you're up to. No matter how hard you try, I will never approve of your marriage. If you understand that, get the hell out of here, you brat! I'm so sorry about today. I can't believe my mom kicked you out in such a horrible way. It was more than I could have imagined. I'm a little ashamed of myself to have said it was okay. I was trying so hard to convince her until just a few minutes ago. But she's pretty tough. Let's just wait until she calms down and listens to us. I'll ask her again and again so that she will allow us to get married. Thank you, Ethan. But I wonder if we'll ever be able to convince her. Why are you being so wishy-washy? I won't give up. Ethan, I'm definitely going to marry you. I'll do anything for that. I'll get down on my hands and knees and beg to Mom as many times as I have to. Really? Then I have a favor to ask of you, Ethan, if that's okay. If you really want to marry me, there's something I want you to be prepared for. Huh? Can you come over tonight? I'd love to discuss our future. Sure. I'll sneak out of my parents' house. I've come up with a good plan too, so I want to share it with you. A good plan? I'll see you later. I'll sneak out and go to your place when the time is right. Michelle, I see you're still sneaking around with my son. Give it up and get over it, you poor brat. One minute you say I'm not educated enough, and the next you call me poor. You still don't approve of me, do you, Mia? Of course not. A high school dropout is totally unworthy of my family. I refuse to approve of someone like you. I won't accept you as Ethan's partner. I am a high school dropout, but I have never been ashamed of it, and I think I'm living a life which Ethan feels proud of. Even so, you say you don't approve of me. Who will approve of you? It's a shame to all generations to come to admit someone like you as part of our family. I will never ever approve of your marriage. If my son marries you, my family will fall in an instant. You don't have to talk about people like they're plague. You are just a pestilence. How dare you, a poor high school dropout, fool my beautiful son. You little gold digger bitch. There's no mother in the world who will let her precious son marry a poor high school dropout. Shall we break up the marriage then? Of course! That's the only way. Let's break off the engagement as you wish. And then we'll get engaged again with him as a son-in-law who's taken into my family. What? Of course, I agree to this. If you're so against our marriage, I'll cut all ties with my family. What? Wait. I mean, is this Ethan? Yes, it is. It's me, Mom's favorite son. What? How long are you going to stay with that high school dropout? I've been telling you to break up with her every day. And now you want to be the son-in-law of her family. You think I will allow such a stupid thing? What's so wrong with Michelle? Because she's a high school dropout? That's the only reason you won't allow your son to get married? It's a very important reason. Dropout is a dropout no matter the circumstances. Of course she's stupid, an idiot, and has no manners. Such a person is not compatible with our family. Then, what kind of woman will be a good match for us? How about a woman who runs a company? Would she be a good match for me and my family? Yes, I agree with you if she's the president of a company. I'll go easy on the woman even if she's not as educated. I'll even allow you to get married. Alright. So you won't have any complaints if Michelle was the president? Well, that would never happen. A poorly educated person can't run a company. A person like her is a cog in the machine for the rest of her life. Our family is on a whole other level. Michelle is already a great president. She's doing her best to run the company without being affected by her academic background. Actually, she's the president of my company. What? Michelle is the president, so you'll approve of our marriage, right? You have no complaints, right? Wait a minute. Huh? That girl? Michelle? The high school dropout? Is she really the president of a company? The president of your company? Yeah, it's all true. I'm currently studying at a different company in order to eventually take over my father's company. I've learned a lot by moving from one company to another. Michelle is the president of the company I work for now. Oh my god! I admire her for being so good at her job, despite the fact that we're around the same age. She worked hard after graduating from junior high school, saved up enough money to start her own business. She never gave up despite her failures, and now she's the president of a company that makes $10 million a year. She's too good for me. What the? $10 million a year? She really makes that much money? Yep. I'm working hard as Michelle's right-hand man, too. No way! This can't be! So, are you going to approve our marriage? Then, we won't break off the engagement. We'll just get married as planned. If you still don't approve, I'll break off the engagement and become the son-in-law of Michelle's family. You're going to marry her anyway! That's not fair! I know you're against it because you're worried about our business and me, but I need you to calm down and think this through. Your precious son has found someone he wants to marry to. Please support me as a mother. Well, it looks like you're really the president. I did some research on the internet. I had no idea that you really run a company with a junior high school diploma. I'm so sorry that you took the trouble to look me up. So, do you approve of me? Can I marry Ethan? Yes, I have no choice but to approve. I'll approve your marriage with Ethan. Is that true? I said it's okay. However, I'm only approving your marriage. I'm not saying I approve of your marriage with both hands raised. Well, I understand, but it is enough that you approve of our marriage. I'm very happy right now. Huh, you're so carefree, getting all excited over something like this. Just like I don't approve of this marriage. I'm sure the rest of my family won't approve of your marriage either. No one will celebrate your marriage. What? I can't believe that the fiancé of our precious only son is a high school dropout. I'm sure all of our relatives will be grieving, especially the aunt who graduated from Harvard University will probably make the biggest fuss. I see. I guess you're not alone in this. By the way, how do you think we can convince the relatives? Is there any good way? Of course there is a good way. Make me the chairman of your company. What? You want to be the chairman of my company? Yes, that's right. This is necessary to show that I approve of you. And I also need to show that I'm better than you. I have to make sure that everyone around me understands the clear hierarchy. So make me the chairman of your company right now. Well, I don't understand. Do I really have to make you the chairman? Of course! Make me the chairman of the board as soon as possible. And give me plenty of officers' remuneration. The chairman of the board outranks the president. So I should be paid twice as much as you. Oh, that's a little difficult. Well, a high school dropout disobeys my order. If that's the case, I'll never approve the marriage. What? I'll get all our relatives involved and ignore you. If you don't make me chairman, you'll live in hell even if you marry Ethan. I'm going to ignore you every year at family gatherings. It's you who'll be ignored, Mia. What? The relatives are all in favor of our marriage. We've already greeted them, and they're congratulating us wholeheartedly. Huh? You've already greeted them? You guys have been meeting my relatives without my knowledge? Yes. Ethan said we should. Ethan made all the appointments and set everything up, and we went to greet them. Ethan did? It seems Ethan's father gave him some advice. His father said that Mia is so stubborn, so in a situation like this, it's better to lay the groundwork first. So we decided to ask all the relatives to approve the marriage. Oh no, this is impossible! So I'm the only one who's against this marriage? My husband and all the relatives approves? I'm the only one who is against it? Yes, you are. So I won't force you to agree to this marriage. What? You are welcome to ignore me at the family gatherings. In return, you can't be the chairman of my company. Besides, how will people around you see or think of you who's ignoring me? I ask you to think about those things before you act. Oh no! Well then, I will visit you again to say hello. The aunt who graduated from Harvard University will be there. She's looking forward to seeing you again after so long. What? Oh, the aunt is coming? How is this happening? I can't believe that the stubborn old lady who's just a little bit smart is coming to our house. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you later. Now, if you excuse me. We went to Ethan's parents' house again to say our wedding greetings. It seemed that Mia was not very fond of the aunt, who was more educated and more intelligent than she was. She was quiet throughout the second greeting. Afterwards, I heard from Ethan that after I left, Ethan's father and the aunt, who represented the whole family, gave Mia a big sermon. I heard that Mia has been quiet since then. Thanks to them, preparations for the wedding are going very smoothly, and we are enjoying every day very much.